Reverse engineering misanthropic influence in AI ethics frameworks. Artificial intelligence, AI, has become an integral part of modern society, influencing decision-making processes across various domains, from healthcare to criminal justice. As AI systems continue to evolve and expand their reach, the importance of robust ethical frameworks to guide their development and deployment has become increasingly apparent. These frameworks aim to ensure that AI systems are fair, transparent, and beneficial to humanity. However, the development of AI is not immune to human biases, including more subtle and pervasive attitudes, such as misanthropy. Misanthropy, defined as a general dislike or distrust of humankind, represents a complex set of attitudes that can manifest in various ways. In the context of AI development, misanthropic influences may be subtle yet potentially far-reaching, affecting the very foundations of how AI systems are conceptualized, designed, and implemented. The presence of misanthropic biases in AI systems could lead to outcomes that are harmful or discriminatory, undermining the very ethical principles these systems are meant to uphold. This paper aims to reverse engineer AI ethics frameworks to identify and analyze potential points of vulnerability to misanthropic influence. By systematically examining the core principles of AI ethics and the processes of AI development, we can better understand how misanthropic biases might infiltrate these systems and develop more effective strategies for mitigation. This approach is crucial for ensuring that AI technologies truly serve the best interests of humanity and adhere to the ethical standards we aspire to maintain. To effectively analyze the potential influence of misanthropy on AI ethics frameworks, it is essential to first understand the psychological aspects of misanthropy and how it might manifest in the context of technology development. Misanthropy is not simply a dislike of individuals, but rather a broader negative view of human nature or humanity as a whole. This attitude can range from mild cynicism to a more severe aversion to human interaction or society. In the realm of technology and decision-making, misanthropic tendencies might manifest as a lack of trust in human judgment, a preference for automated systems over human-driven processes, or a belief that human behavior needs to be controlled or constrained. These attitudes, when held by individuals involved in AI development, could subtly influence the design choices, priorities, and ethical considerations incorporated into AI systems. The challenge in identifying misanthropic influence in AI development lies in its often subtle and unintentional nature. Developers or researchers may not be consciously aware of their misanthropic biases, yet these attitudes can seep into their work through the choices they make in data selection, algorithm design, or the framing of AI objectives. Moreover, misanthropy in AI development might be rationalized as pragmatism or realism, making it even more difficult to recognize and address. To systematically analyze the potential influence of misanthropy on AI ethics frameworks, this paper employs a reverse engineering approach. This methodology involves a careful examination of existing AI ethics principles, identifying potential entry points for misanthropic influence, and analyzing real-world case studies to trace the possible manifestations of such influence. The first step in this process is a comprehensive review of established AI ethics frameworks, including those proposed by academic institutions, tech companies, and international organizations. These frameworks are analyzed to identify their core principles, and the specific guidelines they provide for AI development and deployment. Next, each principle and guideline is scrutinized to identify potential vulnerabilities to misanthropic influence. This involves considering how misanthropic attitudes might affect the interpretation or implementation of these ethical guidelines, and what consequences such influence might have on the resulting AI systems. Finally, case studies are selected based on their relevance to key ethical principles and their potential to illustrate the real-world impact of misanthropic influence in AI systems. The selection criteria for these case studies include the scale of the AI system's deployment, the significance of its societal impact, and the presence of documented concerns or controversies related to bias or ethical issues. The core principles of AI ethics provide a framework for ensuring that AI systems are developed and deployed in a manner that is beneficial and respectful to humanity. However, each of these principles may be vulnerable to misanthropic influence in subtle yet significant ways. Fairness and non-discrimination are fundamental ethical principles in AI development. These principles aim to ensure that AI systems do not perpetuate or exacerbate existing societal biases. However, misanthropic influences could manifest in the selection of training datasets, potentially excluding or underrepresenting certain groups based on negative assumptions about their value or relevance. Moreover, algorithmic bias stemming from misanthropic viewpoints could lead to systems that disproportionately disadvantage particular populations, under the guise of objective decision-making. Transparency and explainability are crucial for building trust in AI systems and ensuring accountability. However, misanthropic attitudes might lead to the deliberate obfuscation of decision-making processes, particularly if these processes embody harmful or discriminatory logic. The complexity of AI systems could be used as a shield to hide misanthropy-driven opacity, making it difficult for users or regulators to identify and challenge biased or harmful outcomes. Privacy and data protection principles are designed to safeguard individual rights in the age of big data and AI. Misanthropic influences in this domain could lead to a disregard for personal privacy, justifying invasive data collection and analysis practices based on a negative view of human trustworthiness or the perceived need for extensive societal control. Such attitudes could result in AI systems that prioritize surveillance and data exploitation over individual privacy rights. The principle of respecting human autonomy and agency emphasizes the importance of maintaining human control and decision-making power in AI-assisted processes. Misanthropic biases could lead to the design of AI systems that subtly manipulate user choices, reflecting a lack of trust in human judgment. This could result in AI interfaces and decision support systems that disempower users, gradually eroding human agency under the guise of optimization or efficiency. Beyond the core ethical principles, the very processes of AI development present systemic vulnerabilities to misanthropic influence. These vulnerabilities can affect the fundamental building blocks of AI systems, potentially embedding biases at a deep level. The selection and preparation of training data is a critical stage in AI development, and one that is particularly susceptible to misanthropic bias. Exclusionary data practices rooted in misanthropy could lead to datasets that underrepresent or misrepresent certain populations. This could result in AI models that not only fail to serve these populations adequately but actively reinforce negative stereotypes and harmful assumptions. The design of human-AI interaction systems is another area where misanthropic influences could have significant impacts. AI systems designed with an underlying mistrust or dislike of human users might exhibit antagonistic behaviors, prioritize machine judgment over human input, or create frustrating user experiences. Over time, such interactions could erode public trust in AI technologies and exacerbate societal divisions. To illustrate the potential real-world manifestations of misanthropic influence in AI systems, we examine 3 case studies: facial recognition technology, predictive policing algorithms, and social media content moderation (AI). Facial recognition technology has been widely criticized for its biases, particularly its lower accuracy rates for certain racial and ethnic groups. While these biases are often attributed to lack of diversity in training data, a deeper analysis might reveal misanthropic influences in the very conception and development of these systems. The decision to deploy facial recognition technologies widely, despite known biases, could reflect a misanthropic disregard for the potential harm to affected communities. Predictive policing algorithms, designed to forecast criminal activity and allocate law enforcement resources, have faced scrutiny for potentially reinforcing discriminatory policing practices. The disproportionate targeting of marginalized communities by these systems could be seen as a manifestation of misanthropic attitudes embedded in the algorithm's design and training data. These systems might embody a deeply pessimistic view of certain communities, perpetuating cycles of over-policing and criminalization. Social media content moderation AI systems, tasked with identifying and removing harmful content, present another potential case of misanthropic influence. Biases in content filtering practices could reflect underlying misanthropic attitudes towards certain types of discourse or particular user groups. The design choices in these systems, what content to prioritize for removal, how to balance free speech with protection from harm, may be subtly influenced by misanthropic views about human behavior in online spaces. Addressing the potential for misanthropic influence in AI systems requires a multifaceted approach, combining enhanced ethical safeguards, increased transparency and accountability, and comprehensive ethical training programs. Enhancing ethical safeguards begins with promoting diversity and inclusivity in AI development teams. By ensuring a wide range of perspectives and experiences are represented in the development process, the risk of unchallenged misanthropic biases influencing AI systems can be reduced. Additionally, implementing rigorous bias detection mechanisms throughout the AI development life cycle can help identify and address potential misanthropic influences before they become embedded in deployed systems. Transparency and accountability measures are crucial for combating misanthropic influence in AI. Mandating explainable AI in high-stakes applications can ensure that decision-making processes are open to scrutiny and challenge. Establishing independent auditing processes for AI systems can provide an additional layer of oversight, helping to identify and address misanthropic biases that might otherwise go unnoticed. Ethical training and awareness programs for AI developers and researchers are essential for addressing the root causes of misanthropic influence in AI systems. Developing curriculum that focuses on recognizing and mitigating personal biases can help individuals become more aware of their own potential misanthropic tendencies and how these might affect their work. Fostering a culture of ethical responsibility in AI development can encourage ongoing reflection and discussion about the potential impacts of AI systems on human well-being and society. As our understanding of the potential for misanthropic influence in AI systems grows, several key areas emerge for future research and development. Advancing techniques for detecting subtle biases in AI systems is crucial, as misanthropic influences may manifest in ways that are not easily captured by current testing methods. This may involve developing more sophisticated AI models capable of identifying complex patterns of bias across large datasets and decision-making processes. Interdisciplinary approaches to understanding the psychology of AI developers represent another important avenue for research. By drawing on insights from psychology, sociology, and ethics, we can develop a more nuanced understanding of how personal biases, including misanthropy, might influence technological development. This could lead to more effective strategies for mitigating these influences in the AI development process. As we move towards the potential development of artificial general intelligence, AGI, the ethical considerations become even more complex. Research into how misanthropic influences might affect the development of AGI, and what safeguards might be necessary to ensure such systems are aligned with human values and well-being, will be of critical importance. Reverse engineering AI ethics frameworks to identify potential misanthropic influences reveals the complex and often subtle ways in which human biases can shape technological development. The vulnerabilities identified in core ethical principles and AI development processes highlight the need for ongoing vigilance and proactive measures in ethical AI development. The challenge of mitigating misanthropic influence in AI is ongoing and evolving. As AI systems become more sophisticated and pervasive, the potential impacts of embedded biases grow more significant. It is crucial that we continue to refine our understanding of these influences and develop more effective strategies for ensuring that AI technologies truly serve the best interests of humanity. This paper calls for increased attention to the potential for misanthropic influence in AI development and a commitment to robust, ethically grounded practices in the field. By fostering a culture of ethical awareness, promoting diversity and inclusivity in AI development, and implementing strong safeguards and accountability measures, we can work towards creating AI systems that reflect the highest aspirations of human values rather than our biases and limitations.